Welcome to this special Year in Review edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. 2020 is the year that no one will forget, as it's proven to be historic in a number of ways. Just 10 weeks into the new year, it was clear that the country was facing a national emergency, an emergency that is still ongoing. And of course, we are talking about the COVID-19 pandemic. And on top of that, the biggest election this nation has ever seen. And it's been a whirlwind kind of a year. FGTV's Daryl Carver leads off with our Year in Review coverage. Daryl?
Yes, Shania, this year was certainly a whirlwind where everything was kind of thrown into flux by COVID-19 back in March. And then the nation and Fulton County had to immediately react to that. And it impacted everything that we did. It impacted our employees, it impacted our services, and it impacted our elections. In a series of in-person press conferences, even before masks were the norm, Fulton County briefed the public and the press about how it would handle the new public health emergency of COVID-19.
We've been literally working around the clock. The manager and his team have been involved in this as well. And as this situation has evolved quickly and rapidly, we've really been working with the governor's office, with the Board of Health, the Georgia Department of Public Health, our cities, our school boards, our sister counties, and even talking with the mayors. We have calls every day, so we're trying to keep and make sure that everyone is on the same page as we move forward.
Its public health, emergency management, and executive teams quickly formalized plans that evolved as the cases began to rise. The county identified what we all came to know as PPEs and encouraged the public to wear masks. County services were modified as the largest county government's workforce adhered to national and state guidelines to shelter in place. And at the same time that testing was becoming available, Fulton had to reimagine plans for the primary and general election, elections that resulted in record-breaking turnouts.
Two churches, Mount Vernon Baptist Church and First Presbyterian Church, had both declined to be polling places, and we had lost our senior assisted living facilities as well that we had as polling places.
When polling locations became unavailable at the last moment due to safety concerns, the June election saw long lines with people masked up to exercise their constitutional rights. Yet, by the summer 2020 runoff, civic partners stepped up to set up a one-of-a-kind polling site because venues were empty because of the pandemic. Partners like the Atlanta Hawks and State Farm Arena.
We aim to be a community asset. And in order to fulfill that goal, we need to be more than just a basketball team. The NBA 2020-21 season will start this year in December, rather than the traditional October opening. This change gave us a very unique opportunity to create this unique, largest polling place in Georgia.
And by the time of the November general election, Fulton faced a new kind of challenge when over 20 of its election workers fell ill from COVID-19. And sadly, one of those workers, in fact, passed. Fulton County worked hard to get word out about the elections, including unveiling a new elections app and a bus to bring voting directly to several cities. The county offered a historic number of polling locations, drop-box options, and processed a record number of absentee ballots, all in the name of keeping people safe while making sure everyone who wanted to vote could.
I could not be more pleased with the results that we have here today, nor, though, could I have ever imagined that Fulton County, Georgia, would mean at this point in time, at this moment in history, what it appears to be with respect to the outcome of the 2020 presidential election.
As an elections recount happened, the Fulton County Registration and Elections team was gearing up for yet another election in January 5th, with even more partners coming on board to serve as polling locations, including Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
But really appreciate the opportunity that we have as Atlanta Falcons, as Atlanta United at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, to work for the people in Fulton County to work with the management of Fulton County and offer another early voting location in the county. It means a lot to us, and it means a lot to our owner, Arthur Blank, who was very close, as you all know, with John Lewis, who unfortunately left us, and we learned from John Lewis how important it is to vote.
Residents again flocked to the polls even in the midst of another serious wave of the pandemic. And if the past is any indication of the future, the process to count and certify the ballots from the runoff election will be yet another story in 2021. And showing you, Fulton County has been on the world stage for much of 2020, and county leadership continues to applaud the work of the staff who really stepped up to provide remarkable service during incredibly challenging times. And we're all hoping that we see some brighter days coming up in 2021. Reporting from South Fulton, I'm Daryl Carver for FGTV. Shania?